Merry Christmas, YouTube. Happy holidays. HeirofCarthage here to bring you a very special how to build your own dream Christmas gaming PC here. So I've done some budget builds for y'all before. This is going to be all elite. Your Christmas dream come true. That was my aim with this. And thank you to Cooler Master. You can see their stuff here. They have pitched in along with my wonderful sponsor MSI, who has sent me this amazing motherboard that we'll introduce here again in a moment. And we're going to build the most amazing gaming PC you can build for Christmas. That's the objective here. So let's start off, get a look at this Cooler Master H500M case that they sent. And again, really appreciate them jumping in to help me out and show you guys why you should want to build your own computer. I went and priced out a computer that's going to have the same spec that you all see through here. And roughly the same spec because no one offered the exact same parts. It's about $3,600 US. And you can build this for about $3,000. Obviously you could do it for cheaper and get roughly the same performance, but this isn't about that. This is about building the most amazing one. But anyway, a $600 delta for, between ordering. Hey, little air cameo. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, this H500M is an amazing case. It is a great base for this elite build. And you can see it comes with these amazing tempered glass side panels. I was opening one up here and showing you how it kind of sits on a hinge. Fantastic. So you don't have to worry about it falling down and breaking. But really the key here is going to be the MEG Z390 Godlike gaming motherboard from MSI. And inside of that I have an Intel i9 9900K. This board is packed with the most amazing power delivery so that you can really max out that 9900K. It's got all the features you can need. There's triple M.2, all under a frozer to keep them cool. You've got 4 PCIe slots and steel armor, 4 DIMM slots and steel armor, huge heat sinks, gaming boost, USB 3.0, USB-C 3.1. I mean, the rear I/O has just about everything. It's got a mirror effect over there to really get the RGB madness going on, and even a little LED screen that you can customize. This board is unreal, and it will help us max out that 9900K. Now here I'm just kind of showing you when you first get a case, you've got to install these ATX standoff screws to apply to get our Godlike gaming board in there. So you're going to use these screws, and I'm just kind of showing you once you get the thing positioned in the case. 9 screws we got to go through and take care of. Sometimes, certain cases, it'll be 8 screws because they kind of have a peg that sticks through that one in the center. Look at that motherboard. This is unreal, folks. Like, I mean, I've had this thing for a while, and I still just can't stop looking at it. Now, Cooler Master pitched in this V1000. This is a 80 plus gold power supply, and this thing will have more than enough juice to fuel this intensely power hungry PC, and really appreciate Cooler Master throwing this in. This power supply is a beast, and it is absolutely beautiful. I'll pull it out of the box here and show you what we've got. So once again, thank you Cooler Master, and of course thank you MSI. As always, they continually sponsor my channel, and really appreciate them all setting this up and letting you all see these amazing parts in action. Anyway, let's pull this power supply out of here, and I'll just kind of show you what it's like. It's fully modular, and it comes with a nice set of black cables, which blend in very nicely behind the tinted glass on this machine. And just look at that steel color there too. This thing is beautiful. This is one of the highest quality feeling power supplies I've ever handled. Really great quality materials, hefty steel, very strong. And then again, the cable set comes in this nice bag where you can keep the extras. It's got every cable you can imagine, so you're all set with cables. Really good shape. So the V1000, amazing power supply that is gonna give this build all the juice it needs. Just kind of showing you here the cables we need. There's a 24-pin ATX that goes to the motherboard, and then our PCIe power, and then the 8-pin CPU power, and then 1 SATA power there to power our, I have a spinning drive and a 2.5-inch solid state that's going to go in there along with an M.2. There's our 2 8-pin PCIe, so that's for our graphics card. There's our CPU power. And then, yeah, that's what we got. Man, this thing looks good. I'm so excited. Anyway, you got to put it in the case. At least I like to put the power supply in first. So I'm just kind of showing you the process. And obviously this takes a while to build. You got to be patient. I mean, if you're really good at building, shouldn't take any longer than a couple hours. Sometimes shorter if it's your first time. It's going to take a while. Watch some YouTube videos. I watched Paul's Hardware. That's where I learned how to do all this stuff. And then after some practice, like I would recommend you start off, just getting a build that's relatively simple and then work your way up over time. So you can see we got this thing installed. There's some screws here on the back, some thumb screws to get the plate. And now our V1000 power supply is all ready to go. Now the next part here is just going to be, how do you route your cables? Well, I'll show you here in a minute. It's a mess when you try and route your cables. Usually you just go with the thickest one here, and I'm showing you the thickest one is the ATX power supply to your motherboard. I usually put it in the back, and then you've got these thick USB 3.0 cables that come from the front input-output. Those are thick too, so I usually put all those on the back, and you can see where it plugs in. I'm even using a Cooler Master 90-degree ATX adapter there, which is really cool. So you can see the two USB 3.0s plugged in there, and then there's a USB 3.1 Type-C, and then right above it's that adapter and my motherboard power, and then I've put in the HD audio down there as well. So I like to run those plugs first because those are the biggest, and then once you get those in place, you can start working on stuff like this solid-state drive. This is a sweet little HyperX solid-state drive here, Savage. Really good looking little drive. Just showing you the power and the data cable that goes over to your motherboard. And then this case has these sweet little spots here with the grommets where you can just plop it down in the grommets and it sits there where everybody can see your awesome drive. So nice way to show off some of your hardware there within this case. Now the other piece that Cooler Master threw in here, the 9900K is basically a nuclear reactor. It is extremely hot. So I needed some serious cooling, and this is the Cooler Master ML360R RGB all-in-one water cooling. So this is a really awesome all-in-one water cooler. You can see the pump there. It's got the little fan and RGB plugs. So not only does the pump head light up, but you also get all the fans lighting up. So not only will this keep our 9900K as cool as possible, it's going to look cool doing it. All kinds of awesome colors. So the case has a bracket. You pull that bracket out, you install the radiator to it, and then you install your fans. In this case, I'm having my fans exhaust out of there, and I'm also showing you how you make sure that your cables are pointed the right direction so you can manage those cables. Put in the thumb screws. Really easy to set this radiator up. Like, you may think water cooling is out of your league. It's not. These all-in-one coolers make it really easy. And this ML360R is fantastic. You can see you just set up a bracket there on the back of the motherboard, and that's what the pump attaches to. It is really easy. This is easier than setting up an air cooler, in my opinion. I've set up air coolers a couple of times, good air coolers too, and I still think it's easier to set up an all-in-one water cooler. Costs a little more, but hey, this is an elite build. So I got my thermal paste there. Sorry, my flashlight's kind of getting in the way. Yeah, I got our thermal paste on top of our 9900K so we can make sure we get good contact. Here, just trying to give you a little feel for some of the different little pins. You've got your front AIO connectors. There was a SATA cable. Again, the USB, the ATX power. Just trying to show you all the different stuff you have to plug into the motherboard. There's fan headers up underneath where the radiator's at, so make sure you plug in stuff. And because it has that bracket, if you forget to plug in a fan, you can always just lift the bracket up that has the water cooler, plug your fans in, so always nice. And yeah, this is what it looks like. Looks great, huh? All you OCD people right now are like scratching your eyes out. Yeah, this is what happens. And once you get to this point, the best thing to do is just kind of slowly work, like I said, through the fattest, thickest cables first, all the way down to the smallest ones, and you just kind of work it together. And they have this metal plate. Once you get it all worked together, look how nicely it covers it up. Now, yes, I improved it, but I'm just showing you, because you have a glass side panel over here, Cooler Master provides you with these metal plates, and look how clean that turns out. I mean, it doesn't get any cleaner than that. You can see where I've kind of managed those cables a little now, right? And just gotten them taken care of. So again, I've built computers before, but I'm not the best at organization. It's this easy when you get a good case to make your cables look clean. Look how clean this build is. Oh man, that infinity mirror on that Godlike Gaming. This motherboard is incredible. MSI blows me away every time they release a new series. It's like, I don't know how they can make something that looks better, and then they do it. And yes, I switched out my solid state drive because this one had some of my games on it. But yeah, in any case, got my 1080 Ti in there, also MSI. Yeah, oh man, Cooler Master and MSI knocking it out of the park. Look at that beautiful build. Here just put together. You got ugly old me making a cameo in the reflection. But yeah, this case is amazing, and this build looks spectacular. Truly a worthy Christmas dream build. Just get you a little shot of this. Let that sink in. That mesh air filter on the front keeps the dust out. Full airflow, 200 millimeter fans in this H500M. The airflow in this case is incredible. Speaking of incredible, oh yeah. Just let that sink in a little there too. Power up, and then once it boots up, watch how quick you get into Windows with this M.2 NVMe drive. So just wait for it. There's your splash screen. And little focus, you're in Windows. Oh man, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Yeah, this looks amazing. This is one of my... I've done some incredible builds, and this really tops it off. Cooler Master and MSI have absolutely outdone themselves. This MEG Godlike Z390, just look at this. Just look at it. And then you get it inside this Cooler Master case with that ML360R radiator and the fans all synced up on the Mystic Light app from MSI that you can use through the motherboard. And you can change the colors. It can be solid colors. It can be rainbow like I have it now. I didn't even get a chance to record them all. There are as many options as you can imagine. There's breathing, there's steady, there's single color, there's multicolors. I mean, you can make the computer look however you want. Anyway, check it out. There you go. There's my setup, my streaming recording setup. And now it's got the Christmas dream build with Cooler Master and MSI, the Godlike gaming along with Cooler Master. So it's Godlike and the Master, Master Cooling. All the power you could need for gaming, all the power for my video renders and streaming, all right here in this build. And hey, let's take a look at performance now. This is 1440p. This is an ultra benchmark. I do have some custom settings on it. Now remember though, I'm recording while running the benchmark. This is all on the same computer. I'm not capturing with the second computer. This is all on the same build. And you're gonna see me here easily stay over 60 frames a second the whole time on 2560 by 1440 ultra settings in Warhammer 2. And you all know, because you watch my channel, what kind of demanding game that Warhammer 2 is. And this is high resolution while recording at 1440p. This is not a 1080p recording. This is 1440p recording. 75 frames per second. It's 88 if I'm not recording. So incredible frame rates. And then here's the campaign benchmark for you all too, so you can just get a little feel for that. But yeah, really great performance. So something that, I mean, just all these parts come together. That MSI motherboard, the Godlike motherboard, the cooling over the VRM allows you, like I have all 8 cores running at 4.8 all the time. I can hit 5.0, but the 9900K is extremely hot. My motherboard takes it just fine, has no problem running at 5.0, but even that amazing Cooler Master 360mm radiator is no match for Intel's fiery furnace at 5.0. I can run it at 5.0, I can game at 5.0 gigahertz, but I can't like render video. It gets hotter than I like. It can handle it. It can keep it from hitting a thermal throttle, but I don't like running the processor that hot. It was about 90 degrees. But at the 4.8 setting, 4.8 all cores, there's no difference in the frame rates on gaming, and the temperatures stay below 80 degrees at a full load, and while gaming it's only like 54 or 55 degrees. So very nice temperatures. The case just does an amazing job with those 200mm fans at flushing out all the hot air. And like I said, the motherboard, that Godlike gaming, delivers the power and it has all the built-in overclocking, so you can overclock it as far as you want, test it out, and really get the most out of that 9900K. The Godlike motherboard is insane. Insanely amazing. Showing you my settings here if you all wanted to see how yours compares on the same settings, so just making that available to you. And I'm gonna switch over here, give you some last views of this build and wrap things up. Again, thank you so much to Cooler Master and to MSI. MSI, thank you for sponsoring my channel, and thank you for the motherboard and making this dream build possible. The message here for you all is go build your own PC. This would have cost $600 more to build if you bought it through someone. You can do it. I just showed you, again, maybe not every single step here, but pretty much all the steps to building a computer. It's easy. You can do it. It looks amazing. You'll be proud of it, and you should go try it. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing out. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.